we are wrapping up with calm this week. Yeah, it's a good month to be practicing calm, isn't it? A lot of agitation going on, a lot of wildness in the world. Hmm. And it is one of the seven factors. It's again one of the indispensable seven factors. And just to review a little bit, maybe give you a couple of new ideas about it. But like with so many of these factors of awakening, with all of these practices, it is about finding your way, noodling around, playing with it, exploring, finding what your way is, to relax a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit at a time, here and there, however you can do it. Tranquility is the other word that's used a lot in the suttas for calm. Tranquility. Yeah. Tranquility. That is such a simple concept and such a difficult thing to really inhabit, to really visit even a little bit. Yeah. And part of it is again just seeing how wired we are generally as a culture and individually. There's a lot of energy in us, a lot of restlessness in us. And that sense of calm, sometimes we even see calm as kind of too boring. Yeah, it's not boring. It's actually like water, sweet water in the desert when we can touch into it a little bit. Yeah? And it's a great gift to the nervous system. It's so good on all levels. It's just good on a physiological level, on a health level, and it happens to be one of the factors of awakening. Yeah, yeah. It's not really until things begin to settle down a little bit more, just to settle a little bit more, then we can start to see a little more clearly, what's going on, what's going on. Yeah, it's again that the best way to study settle water that's muddied, yeah, is to leave it alone, is to leave it alone, to learn how to leave it alone. We don't know how to leave ourselves alone. You know, we always want to get in there and do something with those energies. As opposed to oh, just let them. Oh, you know, and really it's about however you can explore this. I know that, you may notice this. If you type in calm, meditation and calm, there's all kinds of stuff on the internet about this now, all kinds of guided meditations about calm. Frankly, I think this is one territory. We're listening to some guided meditations just on calm. They even have a calm app. Have you heard of the calm app? You can get now. And play with it. See if any of them work. See if any of those guided meditations work. There's uh, some very effective meditations in the yoga space, on Yoga Nidra, it's called. I think it's Nidra, Nidra, Yoga Nidra, which is, they say it's helping you to find a state which is somewhere between waking and sleep. Yeah. Well, you know what? That sounds like calm to me. You know, it can be really good for just settling down, calming. Body scanning meditations work for some people to really bring a little bit more of a state of calm and grounding. As Susan's always reminding us, let's calm, breathe, yeah, ground, breathe, calm, settle, soothe. You know, yeah. And again, one of the things that I found super helpful in working with calm is imagery, is remembering, recalling the times when in my life I have been the most calm, the most calm. That tends to be after exercise of some sort. Some of you have discovered this after yoga, after exercise. That shavasana, that settling back, that calming comes more easily after we've energized. There's this still a technique out there. It's called the Jacobsonian uh, relaxation technique, which is it actually works. Which is that if you tighten almost any part of your body, if you just make a fist, for example, right, and squeeze really hard for a few seconds, right? Yeah. And then just stop squeezing. There is a complementary response in that area of the body, in this case, the hand, where it relaxes, as a counterpoint, as a counter move to the tension, Now that's part of what goes on when Susan, takes us through shaking it loose, opening it up. There's a sense tightening, and you can try that a little bit more. You can even tighten the breath or hold the breath for a moment, and then there'll be a more natural relaxation response that will come, in the wake of that, following that. Yeah. And so any of these things, all of these things, it's kind of like try this, try this, try this, explore, I've imagined also lying lying quietly on the beach, at times, just sometimes really lying quietly. Things, that state of calm that we can find, looking out the window, looking out at a sunset, whatever memories you have, right, um, of being calm, bring those in. Bring those in. Try that. See if you can bring in the memory of it, and in particular, not the story of it, but the feeling of calm that goes with it. And again, we touch into any of these spaces, and we want them to stay. Well, forget about the staying part, because maybe somewhere down the road we'll be able to drop into calm. And of course, when it is there, we do want to encourage it to stick around a little bit longer, if possible. We do want to encourage that, right? But at first, it's just going to be dropping in for a moment, dropping in for a breath, appreciating it when it happens. Oh my goodness, that exhale was really calm in that exhale. Appreciating the small moments of calm that arise in your practice, yeah, and staying with it and devoting at least a little bit of time. And again, just cultivating the internal holding environment in and of itself. Part of that is inviting calm, which is where we'll always mention, settling, right, calming, softening. You hear those words from us all the time. That's really invite a little bit more calm, a little bit more ease. Or at the end, when we say, the last few minutes of the meditation, settle back a little bit more. Yeah. In a sense, both at the beginning and end of many of the guided meditations that we lead, it's introducing calm a little bit more at the beginning of the practice, and it's ending the practice again, reintroducing a little bit more calm, because somewhere along the way in meditation, for many of us, we tend to be, again, this is our natural tendency to want to get in there, And at the end of the meditation, reminding, look, again, notice the breath is already moving all by itself, doesn't actually need our help, and it can introduce just a little bit of calm, toward the end of your meditation period as well. Anyway, it's one of those that, of course, we're moving on. We'll be moving on next week. But calm is one of those that you just want to hold in mind and practice from time to time. However you do that, whatever works for you. Yeah, yeah. You might even have something on your altar before you close your eyes for your period of meditation, that when you look at it, when you look at that object or that picture, it brings a feeling of, a little bit of a feeling of calm. If you don't have something like that on your altar, you might want to put something like that on your altar, right? So in other words, yeah, play with it. What works? How would you invite more of that here and there into your meditation practice, as if it were an important factor, right? As if it were important. Okay? Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Let's open up and we'll do this guided meditation. We'll emphasize calm in particular. So let's do that together, but let's open up first. Let's open up first. Ah, ah. Um, Beginning to slow it down. When you're ready, lightly closing the eyes. If it's supportive, taking a couple of deeper than usual breaths. And beginning to orient toward settling, toward a more comfortable and easeful and calm breathing. The breath is so uh, connected with the nervous system. Calming the breath a little bit has a ripple effect on mind and body. And with each breath, with each exhale, again orienting toward calm, just a little bit more. And softening, continuing to soften along the way here. And if it's helpful, you may invite the memory of the last time you were very, very calm. And recall the feeling of that calm. And bring it right here into the next breath, right here. And the last few minutes of the meditation, settling back a bit more. And softening a bit more.